I think I'm gonna reheat this Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich to eat for breakfast. Not a good idea, not entirely sure, but I don't see why not. And yeah, just sort of chronicling the last few months of school before I graduate high school. For I am never a high schooler again. Yeah.
That illusion of reality in terms of anatomy wasn't as important.
Don't make the mistake that Aang didn't understand human anatomy. These were distortions that were quite purposeful.
The nude is surrounded by this lush environment of embroidered satins and silks and jewels and pearls and that peacock feathered fan that brushes against her thigh. In a way, it seems to me that there's a coolness about her, but a sensuality in her surroundings.
This is a painting that really is a tease. It is right to the satins, to the silkiness of her skin, and yet the figure and the location are completely unavailable to the viewer. She's both present and absent in a way.
I'm noticing the way that that left elbow presses into that pillow, giving us a sense of the weight of her body and that lovely turban and jewels around her head.
Look at the composition. Look at the way that the turn of her nose leads into her shoulder, runs down the curve of her right arm, and is picked up by the curtain that loops back up, creating a kind of continuous inverse arc.
It is those lovely shapes that make one forget about those anatomical inaccuracies. It is the ideal beauty that Aang has presented us with here.
And it's because of that that this painting and Aang's career in general is often seen as a hinge between the neoclassical and romanticism.
Call them angst instead of angry. What? That almost came in late on that. So that was our last reclining nudes. So you have Manet, Ingrid, and then you have Titian. They love to use those three because they're very similar in their info. Ava, hopefully you got down that this the term for it's referring to harlot, like a harem.
Odalisque.
Okay. I hate saying sex trafficking, but you know, sex slave is another way of putting it in there. All right.
We're in the Louvre in Paris, looking at a large canvas by Delacroix, Liberty Leading the People. This painting dates to 1830. This is Romanticism.
It depicts an event of 1830. This is a contemporary subject. It's important to remember that large paintings like this were generally reserved for history paintings, at least according to the rules of the Academy. But here, like Géricault before him, Delacroix is taking on a contemporary subject. This is something that people in Paris experienced in July of 1830.
This was the revolution that ousted the reactionary king, Charles X, and installed on the throne the more moderate king, Louis Philippe.
But we're seeing a moment where the outcome of the revolution is not sure. We're seeing fighting on the streets of Paris. We see the very recognizable Cathedral of Notre Dame in the background.
Notre Dame was a symbol of the monarchy. It was a symbol of conservatism, and yet Delacroix represents at the top of one of its towers the tricolor, the flag of the revolutionaries.
Liberty is an allegorical figure. She is a symbol of an idea that...
Gonna eat dinner, and I'm probably gonna go to sleep, even though I probably should do homework.
God, you are my love. Do you ever dream of candy golden raindrops? Candy rain.
Hi.
Do you want us to go take pictures? Out in the forest. Out in the forest. Is there a hot murder? Yeah.
The engineer that has made this great failure has been dealt with. However, we have a new problem. The socialists have invaded this planet and set up free education camps to fool the populace into believing that they are better off with socialism. not to be the case. We know it to be true that managed democracy shall reign through every planet in this galaxy. That is why, as of today, I have authorized the complete destruction of false reform.
Let's go!
We cannot allow this cancer to continue to fester on the rim. We thank you for your attention. Please return to your productive lives. My fellow Americans, there are some who say that I am sus. There are some who say that I am the imposter.
That is also attendance. Sharon? Sarah? Or Saran, okay. Chloe? Osbrooks? No. Zachary? Yup. Elizabeth? Dullard? Or Drew Lord?
Elizabeth Drew Lord. Yeah, she's on the new board.
Okay. Chloe Everett? Also here. Alyssa Fassel? Here. Kieran. Raymond? Raymond?
He's not
Why he was not here? Leslie? Brown? Nah, it's Abram, Olivia Story?
Not here.
Everybody's. And Ava? Awesome. Okay. Thank you.
Of stock are too expensive. You may find that Apple and Amazon and Berkshire Hathaway, there's some stocks that are like thousands of dollars per share of stock, which means you gotta have $1,000 just to buy one share. Instead of letting this, general trend of prices get higher and higher, meaning less and less people can afford to buy shares of stock in Walmart, they did what we call a stock split. The company decided, we want the price to go down, okay? So what they did is they said, all right, your 10 shares are really now going to be 20 shares. So I got 10 shares of stock. I'm going to split the price in half, and I'm going to double your shares. Okay, so when you check on $20 a share is about
You always say that, but you're always in the midst of, I wish I had more, or I wish I was doing something else, or I could be better, or I'm not happy at this job, I'm not happy with this house or this car, or whatever. And it sends, you spend so much of your life consumed in that in the moment, you struggle to find any peace in it, right? And it's something, struggling is hard. And it's when you are struggling, you are in a mode where you are that's survival is on your mind. So I think survival is a different state. Once I moved past survival, I wish that I had been in a better place to be in acceptance. I think for me, acceptance has always been a struggle because I think it is, how can I put it? Complacency. And I was always afraid that I would allow acceptance of a situation to mean complacency and not moving forward. And I now understand that that's totally not true, right? It's accepting the path. And that's not being complacent. That's understanding that there are moments and seasons in your path, And in this moment, you enjoy this moment. I enjoy these people that I'm in to this situation with or whatever. And then the next moment's coming, I'm still working. I'm still going towards things. I still have faith and passion to deliver what I need to deliver. But I don't skip over this moment. This moment is a teaching moment. This moment is a, like, especially now, like with you all being, you know, at the cusp of adulthood, Kevin being in adulthood, but our relationship changes for every season. And I enjoy this season of our relationship. And I don't want to push it ahead just because there's a different season coming. Like, no, I want to enjoy this season. Like, I want to wake up on Sunday mornings and see you messing with me or talking to me. I want to do that. I want to be in that moment. And although I may not be happy about everything else in life, if I focus on what I'm not happy about, I miss that season. I miss seeing Kevin laugh and joke and get extra hype. It's okay, right? Like, he's not gonna be in the same house, and I'm a little, but okay. But today we're all together. I want to enjoy that. So anyway, okay, you ready?